In continuation of our previous class about reading and writing, we have seen about a few texts, how it has to be incorporated and how it has to be read. Fast reading, I told you, and then there was a mention about the skimmed writing, and here is about loud reading. In this session, we are going to see about the loud reading aspect. I'm sharing the screen. Here it is. Reading aloud and reading a piece of writing an article report. So there is large difference between a report and a text. A text is highly a verified one, whereas a report is not very authentic usually. And newspaper people often say it's a report and it may not be authentic. Okay, so our context is reading and writing. Here in our context, we are going to read and write. Children love bedtime story. Most parents, I consider you as still children because you are in the learning stage. Most parents narrate stories to the children. It's a wonderful practice. However, from the point of view of developing language communication skill, reading aloud to children has great benefits. Personally, I did not consider reading aloud. We just come across a lot of students mucking up, repeating them, and making the brain remember their things. But actually, during one of the teaching orientation program, that is when you convert yourselves from a student to become a professional teacher, you are supposed to know the certain aspects of teaching. When you go for such sessions, there they will test your voice. Some people are gifted with good voice and make a very good pitch, loud voice. Some people do not. And some people swallow. Okay, swallow, or we call it as a mince. Some people mince up words. I have that habit of mincing up words, and I continue speaking for some time. But often the context of speaking and the context of reading aloud, it depends on the interest of the subjects and the interest of the teacher also in the subject. Now, he is one of the greatest gifts adults can give to their offspring and to their studies to read to children. It's said by Carl Sagan. Now, I am very much fascinated by him, a cosmologist. Okay, and he wrote a book called Cosmos. He wrote a book called Cosmos. I read this book. It's a very excellent book and writes about it talks about the universe, about the time, about the stars, and the multiverse. Multiverse means all observations that you make about it. He was a NASA scientist and has inspired many things and has taken part in several things also. His famous quote is that, I don't know where I am going. I don't know where I am going, but I am on my way. Okay, I read this book and it's a very excellent book. You have to see it is there in our library also, Islamic College Library also. If you can get it, it's a book, and we classify this book and as something as science writing. Science writing. And it can be differentiated from fiction and non-fiction. Okay, so for your communication, here are certain points that need to be remembered. And if you consider yourselves as children of men who want to learn, then here is it. Develop a stronger vocabulary. Vocabulary means, meaning of words. I often have told my students in my previous sessions that every time I read, I just collect about 10 words per day. 10 words per day. You write the meaning of those words, For example, even yesterday, I learned a few words. What is the word that I was watching a movie, and that word feudalism. It's a feudal nature, and some things do not have direct meaning, and this requires some definitions. Sometimes certain direct meanings are there, meaning words are there. So you have to just write it down in a separate notebook. I still have that notebook there back in my where I written 10 words. And don't bother if you forget some of the words. Some words may be forgotten, some words may be remembered. Okay, so language is acquired primarily through listening. Careful listening. When you read aloud, the listener has the opportunity to hear new words and new context, and this helps building vocabulary and a stronger awareness how to use the language of self-expression. Now, this is instruction to you. Okay. And nowadays, I see many students often taking up mobile phone, doing a word search for every word that they had new. And nowadays, some students are also even so lethargic. Lethargic na somberi. They don't even find time to take up the mobile phone, enter the words and get the meaning and know this. What they realize is the moment we see the meaning and we forget it, it becomes a waste. It doesn't go waste. There is nothing that goes waste. It is recorded in the brain. I have told you often that whatever you see, it just gets recorded. So make an effort to find out the meaning of the word and leave it to your brain whether it remembers or not. I am sure you will recall it someday or sometime, and then whenever the interest arises. Okay. So the next point, you have to make a point of this, and then the next point is build connection between spoken and written words. When you read aloud, your learner begins to see how printed words are closely connected to spoken words. It's not always the case that printed word reflects the spoken word. Like, for example, if I say wow, means there is no literal meaning for that. Okay, but spoken, and in terms of the spoken, you have heard the voice, it expresses, it is exclamation. It's a kind of exclamation that tells you are surprised. It's very wow, very wonderful. Okay, like that we have that repeated words. Okay, okay is it is now in English vocabulary to say okay means you have understood to yes. But in writing English, there is no such thing like okay. So it's the difference between spoken English and the working English. And in some Tamil movies also we have seen some words which do not have any meaning at all. In some movies, if I can remember some words by the others, like for example, Gajagol. There is no meaning at all. You cannot write it either in Tamil, but it has got some meaning. And then in Tamil also you have this Dubakur. Okay, there is no such literal meaning either in Tamil or either in Urdu, but it sounds somewhat meticulously for explaining a property, which means he's a fraud. Okay, so that type of thing, is being said here by spoken and written words. Whatever you speak, most of the time you cannot write. The speaking language will be different. And often nowadays I see many students using this word "yup" in the SMS or texting. "Yup" means it is yes, while the Englishman and American slang is yeah. They just said yeah. Yeah is not writable. Yes is the right thing. Yeah is also not writable, and "yup" is not also writable. So you just take it that way. And similarly, I have heard a few words like, for example, SOS. SOS. It was actually meant for save our ship. Okay, there will be some homesick girl. If a ship is lost in the sea, people will burn with certain phosphorus flame, sulfur flame, and that will be called as the SOS signal. Okay, SOS signal. What has happened? SOS is wherever there is emergency. Wherever there is emergency, people call it as the SOS. That is, SOS is actually meant for save our ship. It was only meant for riding on a sea, and people when there is a wave, or when there is typhoon, or when there is storm, they will send up a burning signal, calls it a home signal, and this home signal is a fire that will reach to the far end of as far as the horizon. And when people watch it, they will take it as a SOS signal. That means they will come for rescue, save our ship. But what has happened over the period of years, it has become an emergency term, and it is being used in many places to explain the emergency term. Okay, but still, it's not what you want. You cannot be writing it. You can be telling it. And to write more precisely, emergency is the right word. Okay, SOS is that reason. Okay, but there are occasions where sound and sense are connected. The listener is also able to come up with string words with same with the word. Rhyme means tone, or that is suppose if you heard if you hear a song and you just sing along with that song without any music, or that is called as a rhyme. La 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 li li lu, like that, something like you just doing some words. It usually happens when some very good music is going on. People used to sing. When music goes off, people's rhyme, it doesn't go very well. So a good singer should have very good rhyming capabilities, and that is what is. Rhyming words are connected to each other in terms of the meaning. Zyndem is a great way to learn. So again, the importance is for listing them and increasing the vocabulary. Okay. The third point is we have to provide an enjoyment. Both children and adults enjoy being read to the auditory impact. The auditory impact means auditor means hear. Hearing impact of words is relished. Relished means relish means you have to enjoy. There is a Relish Murukku, very good brand. He has taken a very good word. So both these words are something very closely complementary. Relish Muruk means you can relish it, you can enjoy it. And when someone reads aloud, and this practice leads the spark of a lifelong love for reading. Okay, you have to provide enjoyment. So that is, I may take it that I have to encourage you to understand and enjoy them. And the fourth point is the increasing the attention span. Span and region. Region means what is that span? The span means in a span of 2 to 5 years. அப்படின்னா 2 வருஷத்திலிருந்து 5 வருஷம் வரைக்கும் the baby will be able to grasp walking and all the abilities. And in a span of about 12 months to 14 months, you will be able to grasp the teaching capacity if you're new to that particular person. So a span is a region. Now what is the region span is, and psychologically most scientists say that whenever you enter into a class, you have a concentration of listening to a particular speech for about 20 minutes to 30 minutes. Okay, suppose if you have a 1 hour class, you will listen to 20 minutes, and after that the mind gets diverted. Of course, diversion is not allowed, but you can come back again and come back to the class now. And that keeping up the attention is very important. Yeah, even in some cases, only in the movies we do not deviate our attention. Look at the screen for 2.5 hours without losing any interest or attention. But in most classes and most speeches and most lectures, we just listen to 20 minutes, and after that the attention deviates, and then again you have to come back again to get the attention. So it is beneficial to note that watching television, reading, or being read to promotes a slower unfolding of events. Unfolding na fold na madikirde, unfolding na appear. Unfolding of events means, it is like, something is keeping on happening. Okay, what has happened over the past 5 months? We have been put into severe depression. There is pandemic, and there were deaths, and there are many people developing immunity. There are many people recovering, and there is no guarantee of who will survive and who will not alive up to see the recovery. So these are all certain events which have been coming, and that we can call it as the unfolding of the events and the ideas. This enhances the listening skills. Okay. So reading, it enhances the listening skill also, and the ability to pay attention and concentrate. Repeated exposure to listening has an influence on increasing one's overall attention span. Span, time, or region. Range. I should rather call it as a range. Okay. Then the fifth point that needs to be mentioned is about influencing the ways of reading. A well-written book exposes you to sophisticated language. When you're really exposed to sophisticated language or well-crafted piece of writing, your way of thinking also undergoes a change because the words are basically concepts. Here it is. Now, this is something, you will not agree, but our language is very good. Always will say that Tamil is the best. When I go to Andhra, the people will say Telugu is the best. And I go to Maharashtra, Marathi is the best. That is not completely rational and illogical, because there should be something which you should call as the scientific. Now, there are two scientific languages, most scientific languages in the world. One is the French, and the other one is the Arabic. These two have got so many things. Okay, like for example, what is logical means, in Tamil, you can use this word to say P as well as B. So there is no two. There are no two different words. Even just if you put something like this, it becomes Yaf. So for writing Yaf, B, and P, you use the same syllable, and that phonetics, phonetics, that is the way you express the sound is very limited in Tamil. But in French and Arabic, you have got tone for every word that a human being can express. Okay. For Z, you don't have anything in Tamil. For Z, J, and all, you use the same word in Tamil. So there are several things. Okay. So I used to wonder that if some new person comes and learns Tamil, he might be baffled by the way he has to produce he has to pronounce it. So English is a very good language which has got so many things, but still many people, you might have heard of this particular word, G-H-O-T-I. It can be pronounced as fish. Okay, why? G-H is, if you use enough E-N-O-U-G-H, F is read as F. G-H is read as F. Okay. Wo, this wo is there. Wo in women is written as, it is read as not woman. It is written as women. Okay, E. So E, that word E can be pronounced even as I. Okay, T-I, in translation you have shun. T-I-O-N is written as shun. S-H-U-N is put as. Translated in dictation, rotation, variation, everything. So that SH, you can put it. So there are ways that you can produce GHOTI as fish. So that is some kind of a craziness in the language, but it has, it's a lingua franca, and it has been widely accepted because of its easiness, because of its adaptability to so many regions, adaptability towards other languages, and easy transition, and the number of people who are speaking that English has become a universal language, and it is being made sophisticated. Okay, so if not, you can learn other languages also. It is it is acceptable. Okay. So improving fluency by reading aloud. This silent reading doesn't exercise your vocal organs. Vocal organs means, lips, tongue, and throat. So you have to read aloud. Reading aloud does that. The practice of reading aloud is not only for school children and maybe for others. Even adults can benefit from exercise of reading aloud. Coming to your question of correspondence with reading aloud, improving your fluency. Here are some points, important points given there. Let us see what those points are. It brings clarity to your voice. Points. It brings clarity to your voice. It improves pronunciation. It boosts confidence and reduces hesitation. Hesitation na thayangiradhu. Pronunciation improvement appadina you have to improve. In many places, we always suppose if Maharaja is written, I see you call it Magaraja. What has happened is, over the period of years, there is no loud talking about that particular word, so you don't improve at all. So when it is required, you have to pronounce it. Okay, when it is required, you have to pronounce it. That is the way. When you often talk aloud, you can just come over this difficulty. Okay, then it boosts confidence. Boost na. Okay, it is training a ground public for public speaking, and I find this is best fit for politics. People with political background, people have got very great oratorical skill. They come with this. It is a practice ground for the most important aspects of effective speech: intonation, pause, emphasis, and peace. Okay, intonation means it is a word derived from tone. Tonation, intonation, and the varthikulla appadiye ingi poradhu, it is called as intonation. Suppose if I know the English which I am talking is, it has got more slangs from Tamil and Urdu. But if you go to English man, he will speak something, very well how these people speak, how you have to watch English films, and you'll see how much what should I say, intonation they do. Good morning, we say like that, they'll say good morning. It's okay. And for calling, for reading this word, they just ma'am. We'll call it as a ma'am. Okay, but what do? Madam. We put all the stress onto that. Madam, and something very heavily. So intonation is not very proper, but still it goes. We cannot come out of that unless you have learned a few different languages. It becomes very difficult. Okay, then the pause means it should be meaningful. Rendu sentence nadula or chinna gap. Okay, you cannot be continuously bluffing and talking. People will say, you have to think. Pausing actually gives you to choose the right word without muttering something wrong and something unnecessary words. Emphasis, how you give emphasis. Emphasis means, attention. You should pay attention to, that is, what is emphasis, where do you want to stress. Indha edathila enna solla varan. Okay. And see, for example, if somebody asks you, do I look very beautiful? Okay. Do I look very beautiful means, you cannot say you look ugly. You look ugly அப்படினா அது அவருக்கு ஒரு மாதிரி இருக்கும். Okay. Rather you can say, if there was some more cream on your face, it would have improved your beauty. இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் அது கிரீம் குறைஞ்சி இருந்துக்கா இல்லைன்னா போட்டிருந்தாக்கா இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் பியூட்டி ஆயிருக்கும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லாம, அதுல சொபிஸ்டிகேட்டட் எம்பசிஸ் எங்க இருக்குதுன்னா, நீ வந்து கேட்கிற கேள்விக்கு டைரக்டா பதில் இல்லை, அது பியூட்டிஃபுல் இல்லை, அதோட நிறுத்துரு. சும்மா திரும்பி திரும்பி கேட்காத, நான் பியூட்டிஃபுல் இல்லையா, நான் அழகு இல்லையான்னு சொல்லி கேட்கலாம். பியூட்டி இஸ் அ வே in which one person looks. Beauty is not something very standard. If I consider American actress as not beautiful, it is she is never beautiful for me. If I consider Indians as beautiful, Indians are always beautiful. If I consider males are beautiful, males are always beautiful. Now that is the thing that goes, if you peacock and peahen, peacock is beautiful. He parrot and she parrot, he parrot is beautiful. Between cow and bull, bull is beautiful. So that way also, it's a kind of emphasis to suggest that something which is not beautiful, you have to look, avoid the negative words. Negative words, this is, I call it as the negative words. So that emphasis should be on certain thing, that if you improve, you can improve that quality that you want. Okay. And also pace. Pace and fast, they go almost the same. Pace means fast pace. Some people crack jokes at a very fast pace. Some people crack a pace at a lower rate. But if you crack a joke at a faster pace, there may be people who will not understand. You have to reduce the pace, you have to deliver the words, and you have to. This all comes, that intonation, pause, emphasis, pace, and all these things comes only by reading. And in this context, it is allowed. There is nothing wrong, if you read aloud in English, there is nothing wrong. People may say, let it be, I'm just going to read, I'm just going to stress. Okay. Here is the exercise for you at the end of the session. I think we are probably coming to the end of our session. The first question is, why should you read? The first question is, what should you read? You can choose a passage from a newspaper or a short story. You could search the internet for anecdotes, what somebody says. Quotes Murray, as you say. But in the present context, in motivation quotes, you can prepare a list of motivation quotes in a given topic and read them aloud. You can read aloud a list of quotes in the manner suggested below. So this is the exercise for you, okay, for this class, for communication English. I have listed a few quotes on bravery. Mahatma Gandhi said, bravery is not a quality of the body, it is of the soul. According to Robert Anthony, the opposite of bravery is not cowardice, but conformity. The opposite of love is not hatred, but indifference. Parents love love can be with anything, it need not be for a boy and girl. It can be for your books, for your education, for your teacher, for your should I say some objects, for your fun. I love teaching. Teach because there are a lot of things to be learned in this world, and these things are marvelous things that God has created. So, Thomas Fuller wrote, "Fear can keep a man out of danger, but only one courage can support him there." So I stop with this. You do this exercise, and